So these servants take the cup that they've drawn out to the master of ceremonies and the master of the banquet. And he takes a drink and he notices that it's not water, it's wine. And it's not like ridiculous, like store-bought, like box wine. It is like the best wine. And he doesn't know where it's come from. He doesn't know what's happened, but the servants, oh man, they know exactly what's taken place. And so the master of the banquet goes to the bridegroom, who could have been embarrassed by being run out of all the wine. And he says, look, some people, when they first start their wedding, like they serve the choice wine first, right? Have the best wine first. And then after everybody's a little bit inebriated or a little tipsy, then they bring out the worst stuff. But you've brought out the best of wines. Now, I am no wine aficionado, okay? The closest that I come to wine is running through the vineyards in Livermore. Here's a picture of my last picture from running through the vines. And these things are everywhere in Livermore. Like you cannot not see a vineyard somewhere when you're driving to work or you're going through town. It's just everywhere. So I asked my friend Joe and Emily, who work at Retzlaff Winery, to come and maybe share a little bit about what it takes to make good wine. Take a look at this.
Cheers.
If only it was that easy. Great wine takes years of dedication, practice, and attention to every detail in how you treat the land, the soil, the vines, and the fruit all the way through harvest and through the aging process.
After bud break, which has literally just started, we will go through the vineyard and finger prune the vines to select the best canes for developing the best clusters. But the work is really just starting for this year's harvest, which will take place in late September through early October.
Leading up to the harvest, we will have to protect the grapes from pests, birds, squirrels, and the worst, powdered mildew, which can basically destroy your entire crop. As the canes develop, we'll manage the fruit zone through a practice of leaf thinning in and around the fruit zone. We will carefully monitor the water intake as the months get hotter and drier.
As the time to harvest approaches, we will taste the grapes and carefully assess the flavors, the seeds, the skins, and sugar levels to determine exactly when we should harvest.
When we harvest the grapes, we run them through a destemmer crusher and then add sulfur to kill any microbes or wild yeast that might negatively impact the wine's flavor. And then place that mixture, which we call a must, into macrobend fermenters for about 2 to 3 weeks. During this time, we'll punch down the grapes about 2 to 3 times a day. This keeps the fermentation going smoothly and helps with the color and flavor extraction from the skins. After fermentation is complete, we will press this mixture, the must, and extract the fermented wine and transfer it into stainless steel tanks.
The wine will settle for about a month, and then we'll begin the process of racking the wine into barrels for aging and clarifying. Some of our red wine will be aged for 1 year and some for 2 years.
I believe the best wine is typically aged for about 2 years and then laid down prior to release to the public. Essentially, it takes about 5 years, 2 years of barrel aging, and about 3 years of bottle aging to yield a great wine. Anywhere along this process, a mistake can be catastrophic and can ruin your wine. I think that being a winemaker takes a certain dedication and passion for wine, and you have to be a student of the craft, which is as much science as it is art.
It sounds like it takes a long time to make good wine, right? Like you hear about that, like 5 years. And you have to be an artist and a craftsman. And here Jesus is in this very first miracle, turning water into wine. I mean, this sounds absolutely impossible, doesn't it? Sounds amazing that Jesus would even be able to do this. I did some research and I found that there is a doctor at a medical school named Jim Williams. And he looked into this miracle and he tried to scientifically understand how it would be possible for this to happen. So first he started with chemistry. To see, what if in chemistry you could take the elements that were there to see if you can make it into wine, just from the ceremonial, things that were holding the water as well as the elements in it. But in chemistry, you can't. You can't make this happen.